Hi everyone, this is my second attempt at a video, but anyways, I've decided to do a video today about bitcoins and what's going on with the markets and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk mostly about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin itself. The crypto market has taken a beating, and you know what? It was expected. Like I said back in December, right? I said, hey, you know what? Bitcoin is near the top. It's time to get out. And I was right. I mean, and Bitcoin is going to continue going down. It's got a long way to go before it actually bottoms. And once it does bottom, it's going to be a long slog before it actually goes back up again. But the good news is it will go up again, and it's going to go crazy. That doesn't mean you can buy a little bit right now. I don't want you to bet the farm or anything like that on Bitcoins. It's up to you if you want to buy Bitcoins or not. Just remember, you're buying a product. Now, I want to go on to explaining something because I don't like the haters out there. There's a lot of haters like Chris and Peter Schiff and Jim Rickards. They make stupid claims, unbelievable claims about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Chris makes it out as like, oh yeah, this is something invented by the CIA. Yeah, okay, yeah, right. If they did, they opened up a Pandora's box because man, the different cryptocurrencies that are out there and stuff people have invented. Then now because of Bitcoin's existence, it's unreal. I mean, we have like cryptocurrencies where you can transfer the wealth without knowing how much was transferred, and on a public ledger without knowing how much was transferred to another person and to who, right? But you know that the correct amount was transferred. Amazing, amazing stuff that's being invented on a daily basis it's hard to keep up in this space. There's people who are geniuses out there who also like you who learned that the financial system is a huge fraud, right? And they we need to come up with something better. And now that we have something better, they want to improve on it, and that's natural, of course. And I think if Bitcoin's not it, then something else will take the throne. But for now, I think Bitcoin will succeed. So far, it may not, but so far, I think it will. I don't like the Lightning Network that much, but um, I think it has to be tried. I don't know if it's the best idea, but so far, it seems to be working. Lightning Network is basically just a way of like a layer, a second layer on top of Bitcoin to allow for massive amounts of transactions, where Bitcoin currently cannot support massive amounts of transactions. Now, with that said, right, I'd like to also go back to what Peter Schiff and all those other guys have said. They would like to call Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are you are you an intelligent person or not? Please tell me, because the definition of a Ponzi scheme is clear. Let me give you an example of what a Ponzi scheme is. Now, if I tell you, give me $1 million and I'll pay you 10% a month on that $1 million that you give me, and I'll lock it up for a year, and I don't invest in anything, right? I just go, hey, you know what? I'll look for somebody else to give me $1 million, like Jim Rickards, and I'll give him 10% a year. But really, I'm not investing the money to grow it. All I'm doing is using the money that I've gotten from people that I said that I'm going to be investing, and I'm giving them that 10%. And there's really no investment at all. That's a Ponzi scheme, right? Now, how does Bitcoin work? Well, you need more investors to buy it for the price to go up. So that means it's a Ponzi scheme. Really? Really? Okay. Let me think here. You're saying that if someone buys a stock, it magically goes up in price and nobody has to buy it? How about gold? Nobody has to buy gold at a higher price for the price to go up? That's not a Ponzi scheme. If Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, gold's a Ponzi scheme. Now, obviously, gold's not a Ponzi scheme because you know what? If you're gonna call Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme, then anything you buy that you expect to go higher in price is a Ponzi scheme because you know what? You need somebody else that wants to buy it at a higher price. You don't just sell it to them at a higher price. Okay? So stop. Peter and all the rest of the people out there that call Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme, please stop because you should make yourself sound so uneducated. It's ridiculous. Okay? Now, one of the things Peter would like to say is that Bitcoin, if nobody wanted a Bitcoin, it'd have no use. Well, you know what? Let's say if nobody wanted gold, it'd have no use. No, I can wear it. I can put it around my neck. What if you don't want to wear it, right? I can say, well, Bitcoin, you can send a message with it. You can encrypt the message. Well, what if you don't want to encrypt the message with it? What if you didn't want to timestamp a message, right? I mean, come on, get real. Now, Bitcoin has a lot more to it than just being money. It is a cryptographical network that's far complex than just being able to send one Bitcoin to another person. It has a whole array of code behind it that you can run in order to do different kind of things. Now, the primary use, of course, is to transfer wealth, but you know, everybody wants to do that and want to be able to transfer wealth instantly across the globe. It's amazing how Bitcoin is, right? Like, think about it, right? Compared to your gold, right? If you had like a lot of gold and a lot of Bitcoins, which can you take on the airport, right? You see, it's easier to transfer Bitcoins, and that's why people are going to want it, right? It's easier to transfer. Now, it's not easy to use right now, but in the future it will be. And that's what most of us are betting on, that you know, people will be able to use it in the future. We don't know if that's going to be the case, and that's why you're you're taking a risk when you do buy Bitcoins. Will it work out? Probably, right? Is it a definite? No. So consider that. Now, if you want to know where the bottom is on Bitcoin, I can tell you I don't know. I can estimate probably around $2,000 or even $1,500, but you know, it's gonna bottom where it bottoms. And but when it does bottom, it's gonna be a long slog. We're gonna be here for quite some time, maybe a year, maybe 3 years or 4 years before we see a new crazy bull run. And just like today, just like the last bull run of last year, there's going to be a lot of malinvestment, right? Bitcoin was effectively a bubble in a sense that there was a lot of malinvestment. A lot of people went out mining when they shouldn't have, and they lost their shirt because they didn't understand how Bitcoin works when they started up their mining rigs. They thought, well, I'll be making so much money from the Bitcoin. But wait a second, hold on here. The amount of Bitcoins being distributed stays fixed. The more people who mine, you're distributing the same amount of Bitcoins to more people. So, effectively, you're not going to increase your wealth through mining. And people don't see that. Even though for quite some time, the mining, the ratio of how much you earn The amount you earn for the price that you pay in electricity was like, I remember each Bitcoin was at $2,000. Now it's at 6,000 on average. And why is that? It's because there's a lot of people mining, and that same amount of Bitcoins that are being produced have to be shared between all those new miners, and there isn't any more. And that's why it's not as profitable, and that's why there's a lot of businesses going under right now. And basically, they were just stupid, right? They didn't understand how the market works. I mean, come on, how could you raise $22 million and blow it all, and only have $50,000 left for your investors? Oh my God, that's ridiculous, ridiculous. But they just didn't understand that, you know what, Bitcoin prices were not going to go up forever. It's just not going to happen. And in the next bubble, understand that it's not going to go up forever. When it starts going crazy, don't expect it to keep going crazy up and up and up forever. It's not going to happen. It's going to come right back down and clean out all that in the new malinvestment that comes in the next great Bitcoin explosion. Now, some of the haters would like to say it's an invention of the CIA. Okay. Really? Then they made a really big mistake, because there's a lot of brilliant people that are joining into this club because they understand how money is a fraud, and they're producing better systems than Bitcoin. They're coming up with different ways of encrypting and adding privacy into your transfers, so no one knows where the money's going to, and no one knows how much was moved. And that's huge. And if the government did invent Bitcoin, they made the biggest colossal error in the history of government. Oh man, but I don't think so. I like how Jim Rickards would like to say, well, governments can just take it over. They could just, mandate the mining over, and they could do a tax on them. Okay. You understand that SHA-256 is just one type of algorithm, right? It's of many, right? There's X11, there's all kinds, right? That happens to be what Bitcoin is, SHA-256. And all the mining equipment, that's hard-coded in microchips. That's a 7 nanometer process. Not only was that difficult to develop and invent, it was very expensive. It's very expensive to produce. Now, if the government went and came and took it over, what would happen was that the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, would change from SHA-256, rendering all the mining equipment, all the expenses the government made, useless. They'll only be playing whack-a-mole and wasting their time. Because eventually it'll come to Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency will actually just, evolve to a point where, hey, you know what, you can't do anything. Right? So let them attack. And they will. They will. They will come. And they're going to come hard. Because we're poking a multi-trillion-dollar bear. And he's going to take a swipe. Right? That swipe most likely not going to work. But he's going to take one. So you might say, well, wait a second. What if governments ban it? Yeah, okay, well, it's working out really well in Venezuela when everybody is doing a lot better with the legal cryptocurrencies and the legal dollars. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with drugs. It doesn't work. It's not going to work with cryptocurrency. And so there's no way, right? In the end, besides, you know what? When you're acting like if all governments are going to get together and say, let's ban Bitcoin. Really? You're banning what? Is it a drug? Is it poisoning people? Is it killing people? No, it's a system to transfer a digital asset from one person to another. Yeah, and we're gonna ban it because because people are not paying their taxes. Yeah, but that's still not a reason to ban it. There's people not paying their taxes with cash. Maybe we should ban that too. Oh yeah, they're actually trying to do that. But people are not paying their taxes with gold too. You gonna ban that? So really, it's not gonna work out very well for the government to ban it because there'll be systems around that too. So, anyways, I think we're gonna. I think my favorite. You know what I there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there. There's Monero, Ether, and a whole bunch of others that are pretty good. Steam I like, and people would sometimes ask me, "Hey, which cryptocurrency do you like, and which one's best?" And you know what? I don't have a favorite. There are some that I would consider are probably going to do well, but I don't know for sure. I like you Tubecoin, and I also like Dash. Right? I do not like Ethereum, even though I have a lot of Ethereum, and it's not like it's a horrible coin. I just based on how it works, it's a coin that basically, if you point, the government can point a gun at somebody and say, "Hey, change this," and they can change. You can't do that with Bitcoin and most other cryptocurrencies. And that's the kind of cryptocurrency I like, where the government can't point a gun at somebody and say, "Hey, change this," because you know what? It's honestly, Bitcoin is not going to change, and all you can do is fork away from the current fork, and people will still use the existing system as it is. So that's that. They can't. And whilst Ethereum, I don't know. Thanks to DAO, when they collapsed and they refunded everybody's money, because I think the government was saying, "Hey, you better refund everybody's money." They changed the software so that to bail somebody out, and I don't like that. And that's the reason why I don't like Ethereum. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a quick off the cuff thing, because a lot of people were asking me to do a video, so I decided to do one. All right, well, that's it for now.